Sometimes, I find myself asking a strange question. Am I truly a disciple of Osho? It's a question that stays with me, mostly because, on the surface, I just don't fit the mold. I've never been to Pune. I never visited the ranch in Oregon during its peak. I didn't even have a passport back then. So, does that make me an outsider? I've never worn those iconic maroon robes or walked around with a mala and his picture around my neck. In all the traditional ways people show their devotion, I've basically been invisible. Yet despite all that, his words have become a constant in my life, like an inner echo that keeps guiding me and challenging me at the same time. I never joined a meditation camp, and I never went through the formal process of taking sannyas, that initiation ceremony so many others experienced. And still, for the past 20 years, not a single day has gone by without Osho's voice filling my room. It's been a slow, deliberate journey, a gradual process of just soaking everything in. I've been living with every word and every deep silence between them. Some days, I'd listen to just one discourse and let it stay with me. Other days, maybe two. Because, let's be real, life still had to be lived alongside this inner exploration. The real world, work, relationships, responsibilities, the daily grind, it all kept moving. So this question keeps coming back. Am I a true disciple, or just a dedicated listener? Maybe just a fan? Can I honestly call Osho my master, my guide, without ever taking that formal step of initiation? After years of reflecting on this, I truly believe the answer is yes. I really do. And that conviction actually comes from Osho himself. He once said something that hit me right at my core: love your master, but never fall under his spell. There's an entire universe of freedom in that one line. It's a warning against blind obedience and against giving up your own intelligence. It's an invitation to a relationship built on love and understanding, not dependence or hypnosis. To me, this is the heart of the matter. A true master isn't some external figure you're supposed to bow down to. It's not about rituals you perform or some uniform you wear. A true master is the awakening of understanding within you. The master is only the catalyst, but the transformation, the realization, is completely your own. The real initiation isn't a ceremony someone else performs for you. It's the moment your own awareness begins to wake up. Osho was very clear about this when he said, "Understanding is the only initiation." Just think about that for a second. The only one. It shifts the focus from something external to something deeply internal. It's not about a name change or a certificate. It's about that moment when something clicks inside you, when a layer of confusion drops away, when you suddenly see the world and yourself a little more clearly. That's the real sannyas, the real entry into a new way of being. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not dismissing the path others take. If someone's journey leads them to a place where rituals and ceremonies feel important, that's perfectly fine. There's absolutely no judgment here. These external structures can be incredibly helpful. They provide community, a framework for practice, and a tangible connection to the path. They act like signposts, powerful reminders that keep you focused on your spiritual journey. They give you a taste, a glimpse of what's possible. But, and this is the key point Osho always came back to, these things can only take you so far. They're like the kindergarten of spirituality. They're training wheels on a bicycle. They're meant to support you, not become permanent crutches. There comes a point in every seeker's journey when you have to move beyond them. You have to let go of the symbols to experience the real thing. You have to drop the form to discover the formless. The map is not the territory, and the menu is definitely not the meal. At some point, you have to be brave enough to step out of the boat and walk on your own. This, I believe, is the true essence of Osho's teaching. He wasn't trying to build another organized religion with more dogmas and rituals. In fact, he spent his whole life breaking those structures apart. He was pointing toward a religionless religion, a pathless path, where the only temple is your own consciousness and the only guru is your own awakened intelligence. He used everything: words, silence, meditation, laughter, even contradiction, to shake us awake, to push us to discover our own truth, not just accept his. The maroon robe was simply a device for that time, a way to create an energy field, a visible rebellion against a dull world. The mala was a reminder, a focal point. The initiation was a commitment. But all of these were just tools, skillful means. They were fingers pointing to the moon. And like the old Zen saying goes, you don't mistake the finger for the moon. The goal was always for the individual to become so aware, so centered, so full of light, that no external support was needed anymore. The goal was to become a light unto yourself. So when I look back at my own journey, this quiet, solitary listening over 2 decades, I don't see it as a lesser path, just a different one. It's been a path of direct connection, a relationship between my consciousness and the consciousness that spoke through Osho. I didn't need an ashram because the whole world became my ashram. I didn't need special robes because every moment became an opportunity to live with awareness. My initiation happens every time a new understanding dawns. Every time his words dissolve a long-held prejudice or fear. Maybe a disciple is simply someone who keeps learning, someone disciplined in their search for truth. And in that sense, maybe we're all disciples, whether we follow a named master or the silent master within. Osho's greatest gift wasn't a new identity to wear, but the courage to discover our own. He didn't want followers who copied him. He wanted individuals who would grow into their own unique potential, just as he did. So, I'd love to hear what you think about this. Can someone be a true follower of Osho, or any master, for that matter, without formal initiation? Is that inner connection enough? Let me know your thoughts and your own experiences in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching, and if this reflection resonated with you, consider subscribing for more. Inspired by this whole journey inward, I eventually felt called to write my own book, Where the Silent Soul Awakens. It shares my personal experiences with meditation, spiritual love, no mind, and finding balance between yin and yang, and it's now available in 10 different languages. So if you feel like going a little deeper into this work, you can check it out. The link's in the description below. And just as a small thank you for being here and supporting the channel, I've added a 20% discount on my ebooks, audiobook and mindfulness journals. And if you ever feel like walking this path a little closer with me, you can also become an affiliate partner and grow along with the community. All the links are down in the description.